So I'm gonna go ahead and record jungle Gangplank. Let's see if I can get a stable FPS. Probably not gonna get anything that looks too nice. I don't know. For some reason, I lag more when recording replays than I do if I were to just record a live game. In terms of FPS, so let me just see if I can sort this out. And if I just go high frame rate. Alright, whatever, I'm just gonna leave it there. So, when I play Jungle Gangplank, I generally start blue buff and I start my PB. Now, generally the idea is to have multiple people help me out here so that my E's, multiple damage, multiple people, helps us do the camp faster. Same thing with blue buff, but that isn't the case because only one person seemed to help me. So I'm actually going to go ahead and lock this camera on me, but I go top because Tryndamere just all-ins and aces, so that's a free kill for me. And I'm just going to figure out, I'm going to red now. I make a big nasty mistake here. So I auto attack him, I E, I get bursted, and I realize I can't win this. I flash. I was hoping to flash into like the blind part of the brush away from the sapling, but it was already too late. I should actually try to flash like the burst prior to that. But I figured mistakes were made. Doesn't matter. Let me pick up my razor. It's a free trip back, and let me go to red buff. So I'm taking red, and I walk towards bot. I realize that hey, they probably got a ward there, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Mass E because he's playing really aggressive, and I see Rise is a little bit more than low on health, but he takes an Alpha Strike. He's in the mix, and I kind of figured this would happen, but Rise face checks before me, gets ignited, gets double strike, and dots. But it doesn't matter because he's not going anywhere. He flashes, doesn't matter because Gangplank's passive on top of red buff is pretty devastating slow. So I'm gonna go ahead and push this out, and me and Mao are gonna get into a little fight here, but he can't kill me. I'm trying to put some damage on him, and Rise TP's in. But I didn't notice it right away. But it doesn't matter, we catch up. Mao has flash, so he really got away regardless. So I'm gonna see which one is me. I think Forest. So I'm gonna have it locked on me. I'm gonna continue my jungle path, and they're gonna get ganked up top. Get a kill. I'm building Wriggles as my jungle item because generally Gangplank cannot clear the jungle at all. So it makes no sense to go for something like Spirit of the Elder Lizard because he really can't clear the jungle fast. And when you need farm, you can't clear fast. It's best to go Wriggles. Plus, since I have a low-level W, I need the sustain from Lifesteal. So again, I'm just doing my jungle path. And I'm thinking of where I want to focus this game. And I kind of like the idea of ganking Master Geek, but he's level 6 now, so it's probably not going to go very well. And I saw Malachi's up top, so Yi is mid at this point. I'm like, oh wow, we could definitely kill this because Tryndamere's low. But so I go on and Mao to bait Tryndamere in, and we go on Tryndamere, but Nasus can't seem to. He had no mana, and maybe it was my fault. He comes then to gets the thing up. I figure even with no mana, Nasus, we probably could still do something because I have a slow. But in the end, Yi comes through, and it's a double kill. And they go for my blue. Again, I'm still maxing my E because that's going to be my utility. That's my movement speed, my damage, and it's damage and movement speed for my team, which is very important. Junglers want to provide a lot for your team. And to be honest, Gangplank does this. So I don't believe that anyone can say he's a bad jungler when he does provide a lot for his team. He has poke, he has all these things that you want in a team asset. He has AoE slow, global. Makes no sense to call him a bad jungler. As long as you're building Wriggles, you can clear the jungle just fine. So the general build route is Train Force into Atmos and then tankiness. Bot has ward, so I'm kind of just, I really want to get my ganks down this game because I feel that's going to win me the game more than just sitting there farming. I'm pushing this out to deny E a little bit, and Maokai goes and kills Rise. But he's right next to me, and I have red buff, so he's really not going anywhere, no matter what he does. Fence is slow, I'll attack with some more, Q him whenever it's up, and I get the kill pretty much for free. Now I'm going to continue pushing out mid. And then farm up some mid. So, if you look at my current skill order, I have level 4 E, level 2 Q. And at this point, I'm freezing this lane for Rise. And I'm going to tell you something that I know about APE that some of you don't. By doing that, I force him to do nothing because he cannot come up and alpha strike me. If he does, I can drag him under tower. So if I freeze it right there, as long as I have the sustain to heal it back, it's not going to really matter for me to take the damage. But by freezing it there, I can hold it for my lane. He can't alpha strike me, he can't harass me. And then overall, it's a good position to put to. It's a good advantageous position to have on Master Yi. Just freeze the lane on that corner. Again, I do it to him. I just sit here and do it to him because I know he literally has no options while I'm doing it, and it really helps out Rise. So you're gonna see me do that several times in this video. I'm just gonna freeze Master Yi there. However, he goes to gank, so that's a little unfortunate. He goes in on Rise. We're all right, and they're gonna get a drag because I cannot contest that. But overall, things are going okay. I don't see us losing the game at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a Phage and a Zeal. Now the reason I go Phage Zeal and not Phage Sheen or pick up the Sheen is because the attack speed is gonna help me get my slow down. I want to stack this as fast as possible and as many times as I can, which is 3, and make sure it stays on them. So as long as I keep my passive up on them at all times, they're really not going anywhere. Especially if I have red buff. So that's the plan when you build attack speed. Plus, since I maxed my E, the attack speed synergizes with the short damage boost I get. More so than if I were to build a Sheen. Again, Master Yi cannot do anything about that. If he tries to alpha strike me, I can easily drag him under tower. But he can do that, which is really unfortunate that Maokai could reach me with the snare there. So, again, not much I can do about that, and now I'm on to my Train Force. You notice I don't necessarily have to build boots because I did buy I do have movement speed points on this. They go in here, we're not really getting anything, we just kind of chase them away. Ezreal comes through, but nothing's going to be done there. I'm trying to push this under tower. I know Master Yi's meditating there, but one thing about Master Yi, completely useless when it comes to defending a tower. His meditate's down, so I can just take this in his face. There's no range to harass. Every harass he's going to do to me is going to put him in melee range, in a position to get dived. Of course, I'm referring to AP Master Yi. So I go bottom, I get snared, but whatever, we're out of here because Master Yi's coming. So at this point, I get my Train Force. I don't have boots because I don't need them. Now I have the movement speed from my E, and Tryndamere kind of just straight up solos Rise. So I have the movement speed from my E and the movement speed from Train Force. So I don't necessarily need boots. And what I'm doing here, I'm making sure that I don't get into a full-on trade with Tryndamere because straight up he can duel me. So I'm gonna poke him whenever he goes to CS and can't auto attack me. He brings his friends, but I'm just gonna try to get this farm under this tower. E comes again, and now there's 3 middle. So I'm just gonna still remember to poke where I can. The Alpha Strike hit me because he targeted a minion with it, but now we got multiple people here. And I'm a little bit too low to just straight up face tank that, so I'm gonna let Ezreal poke because I know Maokai can easily engage with me. So we're clearing this out. Now instead of maxing my Q up, I need to be more tanky to stop Master Yi from getting these refreshes. So I'm going for the W next. So Master Yi burnt his ulti to run away. That means refreshing is not an issue here in this fight. So we're gonna go ahead and burst them down really hard. And Ezreal's in a great position to auto attack from. Drop my ult. Lulu ulted me. I'm gonna hit Mao as much as I can, and I'm gonna back out. Oh no, actually we decided to do drag instead. So as this AD bonus damage, you normally would have it around level 13, but I had this throughout most of the game, around level 9. So really in skirmishes, I didn't mean to fall. In skirmishes, I'm really strong because of this boost I give to my team. We have great chasing potential, so generally most fights, as long as they're going our way, we will win them. And you can also see how the attack speed synergizes with the max E. I can just auto attack for days and do a lot more damage. So what I'm going for next now, I'm going for an Atmos and Thaler. And the reason being, they have two heavy strong ADs, and Atmos isn't a bad item, so it got a bad rep after it was nerfed, but it never became a bad item. I could get the critical strike from it, and overall do great. So it's going to give me extra critical strike so that my Q hurts, and it's going to also give me some AD, even though I haven't got to the health yet. It's armor, AD, critical strike, which is great on Gangplank. I went ahead and ulted this fight because I saw my team was doing alright, but hopefully they could keep it a buy clear by. Now, the problem is I couldn't be there because Tryndamere had been popped, and I had to clear the way from out the tower. So they took advantage of that and picked the fight middle. So because of this, instead of trying to go there and attempt to clean up, I'm actually going to go ahead and keep pushing top, all the way to the tower, where I am now. And he comes, once he comes, I back off a bit, and they're pushing me in. So I say, hey look, they overstayed, I could probably pick up the kill off of this. So I'm going to attempt to pick up a kill because they overstayed. I see Janna, I just walk up to her, hit her, and now we're fighting. Nasus is coming, I get attacks on Caitlyn, I go for Janna instead because I don't know what's in that corner, but I'm pretty sure Yi was bot, so I don't want to head towards them. However, while we were chasing Janna, Yi, as I said, went and soloed our carry. So this is really bad. I flash out, Miles snares me, I cleanse, and now I'm just running. And he's right behind me, but I move so fast with basically no items. I'm able to get it out of there. I mean, well, when I said no items, I mean no boots. Rise gets soloed by Tryndamere. So at this point I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to have to babysit whatever lane Tryndamere's in because I'm the only person who has a kit to deal with him. I have a slow, a cleanse for his attack speed, movement speed, and another slow. So I didn't want to, okay, I'll tell you a story about that. I didn't want to fire my ult because I knew Tryndamere wouldn't have cared even if I did. But Rise had kept yelling at me to ult, so I did it anyway. But it was a little late because I was holding it back, but he really insisted on ulting, so I burned my ult. But at least I get an assist for it, right? So at this point I have Atmos and I picked up tier 1 boots. And I picked up tier 1 boots not for any specific reason other than being able to kite Tryndamere. There's like no other reason for me to buy boots other than to help me kite Tryndamere. So we're gonna go ahead and Baron because we got their Tryndamere. Might as well capitalize on it. Nasus is tanking, and then I believe actually he insists on tanking, so I'm just gonna let him do it. Mortal attacks for me. Maokai comes in, I'll smite him, and now we're done with that. Ezreal's chasing Janna. We got movement speed, so we're just gonna keep following him. Can't catch him, so we're gonna return. I'm returning to fight these rakes. Now again, I'm really useful to my team. And the reason being is because of that max speed. Throughout the whole game, anytime I went for a gank, I was able to give my team movement speed to engage much more easily, and just a lot more extra damage. So, and now I have the oranges to make me a little bit more tanky than I seem, and I have the level 3 Q damage, which is pretty strong. I actually got the level 3 Q before I went for the oranges because I didn't need to be tanky till those large mid-game team fights. I just needed to do a little bit extra damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and babysit this Tryndamere. And when babysitting Tryndamere, I don't want to all-in him because I know how strong this champion is. So I'm gonna go ahead and poke him. If he oranges me, I cleanse it and I run. He has second slow, but he doesn't have a second gap poke. Poke back, Caitlyn ults me, and at this point I realized I just auto-attack him for the slow again. And there's not much I can do because there's just too many people on me. I actually queued towards him. And he entered the brush, so my Q cancelled. And if I crit him, I possibly could have killed him. But that's how that went, and my team comes to him. Tryndamere has no ult, so they have no reason to be afraid of him. As you can see, they just finish him awfully quickly. Ryze is moving up, putting some damage on Maokai. He accepts the fact he's dead, snares back in. Now we have a god like Nasus. So at this point, I believe I was looking towards going for Omen, right? So that's my plan. I'm going to get Omen so that I can further deal with Tryndamere, and the health is going to scale into my Atmos, which is currently giving me 40 extra damage. Now, 40 extra damage on an item that costs... It's basically giving me the damage I would have if I spent that gold on Last Whispers. Except I got the critical strike and the armor pen. So this item isn't a bad item. It's actually quite strong. And I don't know why people stopped building it, but it's alright. Doesn't make it a big a deal. So I noticed Tryndamere is still pushing bots, so I'm going to have to babysit him. And because I'm babysitting him, instead of trying to get a Worgen's Mail or something, I went straight for Ninja's Tabi. Same plan, movement speed, kite him, poke where I can. Poke where I can, kite some more. So he attempts to all in me, and I'm like, okay, this is a horrible idea because I could kite him for days. I'm spinning around the tower, he doesn't realize he's dying. I flash Q, get the slow, auto attack, he's done. So that's another thing, is I have the perfect kit to deal with Tryndamere if he is trying to split push. I have the disengage, slows, movement speed, and the cleanse. So split pushing is actually not really an option for him at all against me. As long as I'm in the lane, he can't really split push against me. Also helps, now actually, if you look at his item build, that's actually really impressive item. So he has armor pen, static shift, infinity edge to hurt me. But because I have the kit to deal with him, there's really not much he can do when it comes to split pushing. Again, I don't think jungle Gangplank's bad. I really don't. And Gangplank is actually one of the champions I played like the most. And I actually do have a really bad win rate with him. And I don't jungle him. I mostly play him lane and top. Actually, no, I should rephrase it. I do jungle him. But my ranked stats are more of a reflection of my top and support play of him, because I do pick him support. And I actually, Gangplank support's like a really, really old thing to do, and I kind of still do it. I don't know why. But I lose a lot. You lose a lot when you support, trust me. I don't really win when I support, but that's alright. Unless I'm playing Leona, but I think she's just like a overpowered support. That's jungle Gangplank. And build Atmos, it's not bad, trust me. And I guess that's all I have to say for this video.